Two Jack Bros.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Two Jack Bros. And if you're first time, welcome to you too. Thank you for giving us a shot. I am Sidney. I am sitting next to Ansley.
Hello.
And today our guest is none other than the Naim Ali.
What's up? It's good, Sid.
Yeah, that was a very enthusiastic. What's up? We didn't get that when you first came to the house.
Yeah, Cameras make me come to life.
All right. Welcome to our house.
Very beautiful home here.
Yeah. So, Naim, do you know what we do here on this podcast? You have any idea?
Kinda, but no.
Okay.
Let's just say no, so I can get the full.
Yeah. So basically, the premise of this podcast is to prove that you can have there's any kind of sense of humor, but also reach enlightenment, right?
Ooh,
specifically like
yes.
a dark sense of humor, but you can reach enlightenment. Mm-hmm. And so what we do is we take our guest, who is you today, through the process of enlightenment so that we, Ansley, myself, and the listening audience can laugh our way to our higher consciousness without actually having to go through the work you're going through.
Okay, that's beautiful. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
So you're like a conduit. You ever been a conduit?
I've never. You know what? I have been a conduit.
Sick.
I have.
Sick. This man's got conduit cred. Speaking of cred, I also have to mention Naim Ali has a podcast called Do-Rag in the Deer Tag with Drew Montana, who was also a guest on Two Jack Bros. Check out the podcast. They also have a Patreon. Check that out. Give them $1. How much is your Patreon?
Yeah, it's like tiers. It's like $1, $3, and then $5.
Okay.
For $5, we'll actually like come to your house and like sit with you and talk to you, or go on a nice date with you, maybe.
Yeah.
Not me and Drew.
What do I got to pay you for that to not happen?
Oh, that might run you some shit.
Is there a $6 tier where it was like, all right, no, please don't come to my house? So yeah, Do-Rag and the Deer Tag, check them out. Of course, we also have a Patreon. We'll more on that later. Mm-hmm. All right, Naim.
Yes, sir.
What's up, man?
What's good?
Yeah. So we're gonna just hop into this podcast. Ansley, get it started.
So Naim.
Oh wait, real quick. Everybody gets all the same questions, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So yeah.
Naim, what situation or event did you learn the most information from?
The most information? Well, let's just get raw and dirty, because I've been learning a lot of information lately, right? I've been getting hit.
I don't know.
I've been getting hit with info.
Yeah.
With heavy info. And you know what happened to me the other day? I'm out taking the dog for a walk, right? With my kid, my beautiful boy. And a dog starts barking in the distance. And I'm like, all right, you know what, whatever. And usually I let my son take the dog by himself. But I'm just accompanying him this time. Just, you know what, let's just go with him and just go for a walk and have a dad and son time. And a loose, huge, like bull mastiff comes running towards us.
What?
Running like straight beeline. So I get in front of, I get between, the dog and my son. I'm like, look, pick the puppy up, go across the street. Pick Rocky up, go over there. And I grab this dog and I'm like, let's take him back. And that seems like a minor thing, right? Mm-hmm. But that taught me, the information I learned right there was that, you could always learn a new fear. Like, there are fears that exist that you didn't know of. Like, I never thought of my son taking the dog for a walk and getting attacked. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
It never even crossed my mind. So this was like, there's things that you should be scared of that you don't even know that you should be scared of because you just never thought about it.
Yeah.
New fears, dog. Unknown unknowns, bruh.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. I mean, usually I ask people to button up, like how would you surmise that? But I think you surmised it.
Really?
Yeah, pretty well. That's perfect. I'm not gonna beat a dead horse.
No.
There are new fears out there, people.
New fears.
And they can happen to you.
This is his language.
Yeah.
It's like, yes.
How often do you think about new fears?
All the fucking time.
You think about new fears? I never
Dude,
think about new
I'm
fears.
Constantly. That's what keeps me creative.
Right. Okay.
I'm constantly thinking of what could possibly be a new thing.
Yeah, you seem like a prepper. You do seem like a prepper.
Well, I'm a mental prepper.
That's what I mean. You seem like a mental and physical prepper.
Yeah,
maybe not so much buying a bunch of stuff, storing it in your basement for the end of the world.
I'm a physiological prepper.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
I prepare myself mentally. I prepare myself physically. And then I'm like, I hope we got enough canned food, I guess. I don't know.
I think you're just like, I will take your canned food if it comes down to it.
If it comes down to it,
Right.
we got it.
Yeah.
We're good to go. Yeah, we getting that canned food. All right, yeah. So, Naim, now we're going to go through the process of opening up your chakras from the bottom chakra up.
Okay.
All right?
Where's the bottom one? Like near my nuts?
Yeah, it's located right in your asshole. Well, not right in your asshole, but it's like located. Yeah, that was aggressive. Very aggressive.
Else is your butt, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
his
Butt-
asshole.
Right.
It's your
You gonna
butthole.
open up my asshole chakra?
Oh yeah, it's your butthole chakra. It is your butthole chakra. Yeah. I mean, we cleaned up the language a little bit, but it's still the same location.
Yeah, right. It's the same place.
Yeah, I can't help that. Yeah, but I did say it aggressively. I apologize. Yeah.
Right.
So, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's
So,
do it.
Naim, how did you learn to overcome fear?
Oh, that's by just being thrown into situations where like I didn't have a choice. So like with me, it was like boxing and football. I was scared to box. I was scared to play football. You know, you're like 6, 7 years old. You don't want to get hit. You don't want to hit anybody. You don't want to do any of these things.
Mm-hmm.
But then like your dad is just like, yo, no, you have to.
Wait.
You can't not do this. You have to do this.
You had a dad?
Yes, I did. I had a dad for a short period of time. I had a dad for a very short period, from birth to maybe 8 years old. I had a dad.
Oh, that's sick.
Hell yeah! Then he went to
sick.
prison.
Okay. Yeah. But but he helped you start a life path that involved you overcoming fear on your own.
Right.
Thrusting you into situations where you had to fucking figure it out.
You got to figure it out. You
Yeah.
can't leave. You can't get out the ring. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
You listen. You want to sit in there and cry while he punch you? You go ahead and do it.
Quick question. When your dad went to jail, where you're like, fuck, I can quit boxing now. Well, like a small part of you.
Well, yeah, I mean, yes, of course, I thought that, but
Yeah.
my mom just didn't let me. Also, it was kind of like,
You had both?
I had both of them. What? I had both parents for like 8 years in the same house.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty sick, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick. So, can you remember a situation when you were, and then this maybe it does involve boxing, but a situation when you were the most scared?
Oh, for sure. The most scared was when I got robbed. I've been robbed twice. I've been robbed personally twice, and then I've been robbed like as a group maybe 3 times.
Okay.
Like at work, where somebody comes up and robs my job, and I'm just there. And then also me just personally getting robbed in the street.
Okay.
Where do you work that gets robbed?
Well, no. This was when I was a teenager working at Rita's Water Ice.
Gotcha.
It got robbed 3 times
3
in one
times?
summer. Yep.
Really?
And one
Yeah, well,
summer.
summers are short.
Yeah.
And Rita's only a summer affair.
That's true. Yeah.
know what I
Like you
mean?
saying there's a lot of cash?
Yeah, they bring
tons
in a
is
lot
all
of
cash.
Yeah.
Rita's.
When I worked
Yeah.
there, they didn't even take debit. This was in
wow.
like
Yeah.
2002 or 3 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't even take debit yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was all cash.
Yeah. It's all right. Anthony's like, yeah, I would have robbed it.
She said, "Oh, here's cash."
Yeah, okay, I would have robbed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, for those of us who have never been robbed before, take us through that and where the fears come about.
All
So
right.
you're just walking down the street, minding your own
Walking
business.
down the street.
That's what's happening?
Yep. I was
Yeah?
leaving a class trip. We took a class trip to New York when I was 16 years old. And you're
Was it your
supposed to.
first time ever going to New York?
No.
I'm just trying
That's
to
my first time
imagine-
getting robbed.
Okay, I'm trying to like get a sense of the glee that you had walking.
Oh, I
down
was
the
hyped.
street.
I was hyped up.
Yeah.
Because it was one of those trips where they take you shopping and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like my mom gave me some money. I had some money from my job. I go up there. I bought some. This was everybody was wearing like Rockaware and State Property. I bought a bunch of Rockaware State. I'm walking back with bags.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking bags, heavy bags, just walking, minding my business. And we lived in Mount Airy, so I'm walking up. What's this like Mount Pleasant? Very dark, huge houses, no lights, bunch of trees, and this guy standing at the tree. He looked like he was peeing. Like I thought he was peeing at the tree. And then like right when I went to walk like past his back, he turned around and put the gun right in my chest, and I was like, oh, yeah, scary as hell.
Yeah. No, was he a bigger guy? Was he like an adult?
A tiny
man-ish?
guy.
A tiny guy.
That's even scarier.
Yeah, because he needed the gun.
He needed the gun.
He would have used the gun.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was cocked.
Yeah.
So all he had to do was that, and I was gone.
That is definitely a terrifying thing if you're going to be robbed by a person with a gun. It's the same thing like dealing with a cop.
Yeah.
Like if the cop is going to definitely need their gun to deal with you if the situation escalated, be chill.
Yeah, you got to relax.
Yeah.
You have to chill out.
Because just imagine walking around as a human that would need a gun.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
What? Or that would you're just going to use it on a stranger? That's crazy.
Yeah. So first time being robbed, was this a new fear for you or did you already have that fear?
Well, I had the fear of being shot since I was 10 years old. That was always a fear that I was going to get shot. Mm-hmm. I always was scared that, I just don't want to get shot. Please don't let me get shot. I don't want to be shot.
Yeah.
But because I had a sidebar. I had a nightmare when I was 10 years old. I was on Germantown Ave and a guy shot me in the stomach. And I felt, you ever had a dream where you feel it? Mm-hmm. It was one of those dreams where I felt it. Like I felt the bullet hit me. I felt blood like coming out of my stomach.
Yeah.
And so from 10, that was always a fear. And then when I got robbed, that was maybe 3 weeks after. Yeah, that was probably 3 or 4 weeks after my older brother got killed. He got robbed. And his friend was getting robbed. He went out there and started fighting the guy, and the guy ended up shooting and killing him.
Okay.
So this was all like, it was all happening like at the same time, kind of. So it was like, it just compounded the fear because like, oh shit, I could die on this dark block. There's nobody outside. There's no lights.
Yeah.
I could just die alone if he chooses to kill me right here. So that was the...
Yeah, that's got to be crazy after that, like having something like that happen to your brother. And then,
Hell yeah. The craziest thing.
It almost makes you want to be like, listen, dog, I don't know if you know this by looking at me, but I want this to go as good as possible.
Right, yes. Just tell me what you want.
I just want to be alive.
Right, yes.
What did the robber, what did he say?
He said, I had a phone in my hand. I had a Nextel, I-95. It was the first color screen Nextel. And I had it in my hand, and he said, drop the phone. Now,
he's going to crack the screen.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, and I threw that phone down so hard because I was scared, but a part of me was also angry.
Yeah.
Because like I said, what had just happened to my brother, and then it was this.
It's like, or you're like, fuck.
Yes, yep.
Yeah.
Threw it down so hard. Then he's like, yo, empty your pockets. Like, take everything out your pocket. So I start taking stuff out. Every time I put my hands up, he told me, put your fucking hands down. Put my hands back down.
Yeah.
He's like, take everything out your pocket. Take everything out. So he's like, now I had $140 in my pocket. He's like, I'm gonna touch your pocket. If there's anything in there, I'm gonna fucking shoot you. He's like, I told you to take everything out. I said, all right. I took everything out. He went through my pocket. I lied. I only took $40 out and dropped it. So I said, well, wait. I got more. So then I peeled off the rest and dropped it on the ground. And then he was like, all right, I'm gonna touch your pocket. If there's anything in there, I'm gonna fucking shoot you. I said, all right, cool.
But why?
I don't know. What you gotta shoot me for that? Yeah, that's a dumb reason.
That's creating more hassle about what's potentially in my pocket.
Right. Like now you going from robbery to homicide. Like that's crazy.
All right. This is why you're in this line of life. This is why this is your lane. Yeah. But okay, keep going. So so he robs you. Mm-hmm. Now there's the fear. I mean, because I would imagine it doesn't go away. I mean, because now you're vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know? Well, now he's got to carry all these bags and his gun. Was it awkward
He didn't
at all?
take your bags.
No, he let me keep the bags. He just took my money and my phone. He took my money, my phone, and my wallet.
Your cracked screen phone.
Yep, a cracked screen.
You're like, the clothes would have been too baggy on him.
Oh, for sure. He was tiny. Yes, he was a tiny guy. And this was the baggy era, so maybe not.
Yeah. But you were already rocking a baggy look.
I was, yeah.
So it would have been baggy for you.
Yeah, true.
Which is too baggy.
That's way too baggy. Yeah, he'd have been swimming in those clothes.
Nah.
Yeah,
Can't
for sure.
rob people in those clothes.
All right. Well, that's a fear chakra unlocked. Appreciate you for sharing that. Mm-hmm. That's, man, it's wild. Might come up more. But we'll keep it moving.
Yeah.
Ansley, keep it moving.
So this next one is your pelvis chakra.
Okay.
Is a segment we like to call My Bad. So it's a chance for you to apologize to a person, place, or thing in order to set your karma back to neutral.
What's going on? We just got done doing Naim's Patreon episode, and it was so fucking fun. Naim, did you have a good time doing the Patreon?
I had a great time.
Yeah.
This might be this might be the most fun I ever had on a podcast, like ever. This was fun.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. And he didn't even tell you about his tarot card. It's a tarot card reading, but Ansley's just learning, so we call it a tarot card reading. We do that. Every guest gets one of those. So $1 gets you all of our exclusive content. You'll get not only the counter to the episode that you're watching now, which is 2 Jack Bros After Dark, where we enlighten our guest shadow self, which we just got done doing to Naim Ali. And you also get our fight commentary and analysis on Ansley's Jiu-Jitsu matches. We have to do that very soon. But
Yes, we
we're
do.
getting a little backed up on those.
Yes.
But we do them. We do
Soon.
'em. Yeah. And also some comedy stuff, some stand-up comedy stuff that we also put up there. $1 gets you all of our exclusive content. Now we're going to get back to this episode and find out who Naim has to apologize to.
Wow. Ooh. Anybody I want to apologize to?
Any
Anybody,
person, place, or
anything?
thing. Any noun.
Wow. Any noun?
Yeah.
All right. Let me apologize to. I want to apologize to every woman I've been in a relationship with. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm very immature and selfish. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That sucks that I'm like that.
Do you what do you take out on them that you feel like you shouldn't take out on them?
It's not so much taking out, it's more neglect.
Oh.
It's more like I'd rather go over here and do this than go on a date. Or I'd rather go over here and, I don't know, just be by myself sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just selfishness and immaturity. Very, very selfish.
Do you communicate that in a way?
I deny it. I don't
Yeah.
communicate it at all. I deny it when they bring it up. I say, no, I'm not. I didn't do that. I gaslight people. I'm sorry for that too. I'm so sorry. Why do I have to do this? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I know what I'm doing. I just don't like being wrong. I'm sorry.
I don't even think. I mean, I don't like the term gaslighting.
No,
You know, because they can always leave.
that's true.
You know what I mean?
But it's still gaslighting if you know that you're doing something and then denying it right to their face. That's nuts.
It's just lying. It's just
Yes, it is
regular old
lying.
It's giving regular old lying a whole new twist. It's like, dude, just lying.
Because it's more psychological than a lie.
No, I think all lies are very psychological. But here's what I'm saying. Like, you're just lying. It's you're lying very specifically because you want to keep doing what you're doing
Yes.
and have the person stick around.
Yes. 100%.
Right?
Wait, but it would be gaslighting if like you guys had this fight before and she'd be like, next time if you want to go hang out with your boys or whatever it is that you'd rather be doing, just tell me.
Right.
And he doesn't say, hey, I'd rather be
No,
doing
I don't
He's
say
like,
that.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, all right, I'll tell you.
And never do it.
Never do it.
Yeah.
Because then
'cause
you're like,
that's not fun.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, like
That's not fun.
it's just not fun.
it makes it not
Yeah.
as much fun to hang out with your guys. It's
Yeah.
like, your
I mean, we
girl's
don't
like,
plan.
okay,
The
you
thing is,
can.
it's just not a plan.
Oh, you just don't come back.
It's
Yeah.
like
You just
it's
don't come
a
home.
thing where like my friends might call me and I might be leaving work. I might be leaving the gym, and they're like, "Yo, we're all at Austin's house," and I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna come through." And I know if I call my girl and I'm like, "I'm going to Austin," she can be like, "Wait, what? I haven't seen you.
Yeah.
You don't come home and eat dinner with
so
me,
you
or
just ignore her until
oh."
let her sit at home and stew.
She when she texts me
Yeah.
and say, "Where are you at?" That's when she gives me the WYA.
Wait for her
That's
to-
when I'm like, "Oh, I'm at Austin's." And she's
Yeah.
like, "Well, what are you there for?"
Yeah, yeah.
Well, like, when did that become part of the daily plan? And I'm like, I don't know. I got off work. All my friends were there. I just went there,
Yeah.
and that's just how it goes.
Yeah, it's not gaslighting. It's just having a good time.
Yeah.
It's just having a good time.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for being a cheater. I cheated on most of y'all. I'm sorry.
Do they know that?
Yeah, I got caught I'm a horrible
Yeah,
cheater.
you're a gaslighter.
Yeah.
Dude, you sound like you're having a good time.
Right. I'm a horrible cheater. Always get caught.
Yeah. That's what being loyal in a relationship. You got to be like, all right, I guess I'll stop having fun with you.
Yeah.
You need to find somebody you're willing to stop having fun with, man.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true.
That's love. All right, so that is a thank you for sharing that. First of all, that is a pelvis chakra unlocked. Ansley, keep it going.
So this is your gut chakra.
Okay.
How do you deal with disappointment? How do you overcome disappointment?
How do I overcome disappointment? I don't think I deal with it. I think I internalize it and then I just work out. Like I just, like I just
Push-ups.
Yeah, like I just
Yeah.
suck it in and then I'm like, I'm gonna go hit the heavy bag. I don't really deal with it. I don't think I deal with it. I think I just kind of internalize my disappointments and I don't know. I don't really talk to anybody about it. I went to therapy for a little while.
How'd that go?
I'm very immature. And so I think that for me, therapy was like, you just blame everything on my parents. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
You know, because like, this isn't doing anything. I could sit home and be like, it's their fault because they raised me. That's nothing. That's easy to do. I'm not wasting money doing this. So I don't think,
Man, how long have you been a dad? That's some heavy dad energy. Like, were you a dad when you were in therapy?
Yeah, I was. I've been a dad since I was a teenager. I've been a dad since I was 17. I have an 18-year-old daughter that's going to college in August.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think.
And how old are you?
I'm 34. I'll be 35. in
Okay,
August.
yeah, that's pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
That's
You didn't want to do that math yourself?
No, I did not. Thank you for calling me out.
Yeah.
But that's a very heavy dad. Like I could fucking just sit at home. I could do this myself.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, that's dad
Yeah.
shit. It's like,
For sure.
Give me the fucking money. I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I grew up with I got like a bunch of uncles. I have a big family. I got a bunch of uncles. You know how like older men were like in the 90s? Everything was just, figure it out. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, and that's,
So, but I guess so then you can look at the question a different way then. Like, how do you move past failure? How do you persist past failure?
Ooh, okay. Failure kind of drives me. When I fail at something, it makes me go harder. Like, it makes me like, and not to sound like a damn Nike commercial, but you see what I'm saying? Like, and that's only if it's something that I care about. Mm-hmm. Like if I failed at, I don't know, something in school, it's kind of like, fuck school. But if I failed,
you think I was going to ask you what your grades were like? He's trying to button up a few grades before he moves forward.
Before you ask my GPA, just know with some F's in there.
Yeah, okay. Not all the things. Not all the things.
Yeah. But no, if it's something I care about, I failure does drive me to like try to work harder. To try to figure it out or like research it. And I obsess over things when I fail at them. Like even relationships. There's been relationships where I failed and.
Are you in a relationship now?
No, I'm not.
Then you failed in them all.
Well, yeah, I failed in every one. That's true. Or maybe they failed. It's not always my fault.
I mean, it's
most times it's my fault.
Even if it's their fault, it's your fault too. It's a relationship.
True. Yeah.
You got to take at least 50%.
Yeah, half of it's me. Yeah, that's true.
After the last conversation, I feel like it might be all you.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Maybe
51% of the blame.
Yeah, I guess cheating isn't allowed. So
yeah. So I mean, but you just push your failure.
And I push. I can fail at something I care about 1,000 times until I figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. Yeah. There's no way I'm not going to figure. I'm going to figure out how to do it, or I'm gonna figure it out.
Now, do you have? It seems like you've been doing sports for a little while. Mm-hmm. Do you have a sports, or even like if you're like a theater or any sort of like any organized thing where you can remember being the most disappointed? I like hearing stories about that type of disappointment.
Oh hell yeah,
yeah.
Well, not so much in sports. Like, of course, you have good games, bad games, good fight, bad fight, whatever. But it never really nothing. You know what affected me the most? I bombed at DC Improv. Oh, I wanted to kill myself. Yeah. I wanted to die.
Like, what made it a situation that after bombing here in this context, you wanted to die?
Because somebody was giving me an opportunity because he saw me somewhere else and thought I was funny. Mm-hmm. And then I just come down there, 6 shots of whiskey, drunk as hell on stage.
How far was the drive?
From here to DC, like 3 hours, 4 hours, something like that. But I was already going to DC anyway for the weekend with my girlfriend for her birthday.
So you with your girlfriend in the audience?
Yes, and she and she said the worst thing afterwards when I bombed. Yeah. She said when you bomb, it looks so much worse because she's been to like the open mics and stuff. She's like, when you bomb, it looks so much worse than when your friends bomb. She's like, 'cause at least when your friends bomb, they're just standing there like looking like they don't really care. She's like, you doing all this animated stuff on stage and nobody's laughing at you, just like an idiot. And I'm like, what? Damn it.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, but that's like kudos to her for noticing that. Because a lot of times, like bombs are hard to watch, especially for the people that love you.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
That are associated with you.
Yeah,
for sure.
You can like distance yourself from a bomb real quick.
Yeah.
But she was like, nah, this is like worse.
Yes.
Like, all right, I see. Okay, when you do the fucking all that shit he does when they ain't laughing, it's bad.
Yes, it sucks. It made her ask, why did I even think those jokes were funny? And I'm like, but you've seen me. That was her first time ever seeing me bomb. I'm like, you've seen me kill with these jokes. Why are you doing this to me right now?
Yeah,
like, it's crazy.
But were you like, did you think, why did I ever think these jokes were funny?
Anytime I bomb, I think that.
Oh, good.
Yeah, anytime I bomb, I'm like, this was dumb. What did I even think? Why did I write this? What's going on? Like, what's wrong with me? Am I some type of retard where I think that these things that aren't funny are funny? What's going on?
Yeah.
Were you in a bad headspace? Like what? I want to know why.
I was
now.
drunk as hell. That's what it is.
Yeah,
I
me
can't.
with
When
that.
I get drunk, I bomb. When I get too drunk, I bomb. But
Yeah.
I do have like a nice little like gray area where it's like the perfect amount of
Buzz.
yes.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Just a buzz. Yeah, you get that light little buzz and you'll
you
kill.
you ain't invent buzz.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Not at all.
But so how did you deal with that? I mean, because it's, there's kind of a mechanical element to dealing with comedic disappointments, but like this particular disappointment, how did you move from like this?
What there is, I can't figure it. I didn't figure it out yet because it was in February, and I mean the one thing I did was I don't get like drunk before I go
When you
on
stopped
stage.
telling all those jokes,
Oh,
you gave up all
And
those-
broke up with that girlfriend.
I broke up with my girl. Yep, broke up with her. That was the first part.
Yeah,
And I didn't stop telling. You know what? I did stop telling those jokes. I was about to lie
yeah,
because I would still tell those jokes at a show. I would still tell them.
Yeah.
I just haven't since then. And it's like, so maybe you won't tell them ever again. But those jokes killed so many times before. Before that, I hadn't bombed in like maybe 4 or 5 months. So it had been a while before and then I bombed at the DC Improv. That sucks.
yeah. It does suck.
Sucks.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you moved through that disappointment, and I'm glad you shared all that deep disappointment about your your chick and everything. But yeah, thank you. We'll call that a disappointment chakra unlocked.
Yeah.
Right?
This feels good. This is the only podcast that makes you feel good while you're like, I do feel like my soul is getting lighter,
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, you should have held on to that. Anthony, let's move to the next one.
We're to the heart chakra now.
Okay.
So Naim, how do you? What have you learned from grief?
Ooh, from grief. To be more like present, like to talk to people, like to be in the room. If you're there, talk to the people that's in the room. Don't be all on your phone. If you're stressed out about something else, let it go while you're around these people. Like just be there. Like because you don't know when that person's going to be gone. You don't know when you're going to be gone. Like you just gotta. And like I had a lot of people in my life that died. They got murdered or whatever. Or like just. And my family's very old too. So I had like a lot of like aunts and uncles and people. My grandma and grandpa died. Whatever. So it was like. And the one thing I miss about these people that I lost is just their presence. It's nothing else. You just miss being able to like joke with this person, or you miss like doing something embarrassing and getting to call this person like, yo, tell me why I just did this, and then they give you hell about it. Like you miss all the little things. So that's what grief kind of taught me. Just the little things. Be there. Be in the room.
Yeah. Now, is there a particular grief situation where you had to implement that comes to mind?
Yeah, let's think. All right, so one of my friends killed himself, right? When we was in college. And he was like the happiest, most athletic, got all the girls. For sure was gonna go to the NFL. Like he was the man. And and that made me kind of ask people more questions and really be interested like in like how you're doing.
Yeah.
Like I want people to tell, like if you having a problem, tell me. Let me know, because I'm not saying I can fix it, but maybe I can say something that make you laugh. Maybe I can tell you about a problem I had that was way worse than yours. So you like, oh, Naim is an idiot that's going through that. Well, then I won't kill myself, because if he's still pushing after going through all that shit, then maybe I can just,
Or they'll be like, man, I'm not enough of an idiot for this world. Look at these happy idiots.
Just happy morons walking around.
Well, yeah, that's a pretty that's definitely it's a good way to approach it, because so when you were mentioning earlier, you never know when you're going to see this person, like you see another person you're dealing. I was just thinking, but usually if something happens, there are a lot of people dealing with grief, right? And to treat those people as if you never know when you're going to see them again is also something that will help them in their grief, like that presence.
Right.
So yeah, it plays dual.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, because like I said, you just don't know. We all go through stuff, but you just don't know how people are carrying it. Like, in all honesty, his suicide. Well, now years later, it probably was some CTE related something. But the reason for it was grades.
Really?
Grades, because he's about to get kicked off the football team. Grades.
Yeah.
Like, that's nuts to think that, an 18-year-old kid killed himself because he's about to get put off of a team.
Yeah.
Like, no, you could have got a tutor. I could have helped him. You know what I'm saying? It's just,
Yeah.
but so to think that that was
Maybe
that deep for him. What, yo?
Dude, if you're failing out of school and you turn to your periphery for help, and you got somebody that classifies themselves as an idiot.
I have no help now.
You start to look at your squad a little bit different. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean, look, listen, I get it that seems trivial, but also at the same time, his whole entire life, existence, and future in his mind is over.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a heavy, I don't know, it's
that
you
is.
get
Yeah.
so caught up in your identity at that age.
Yes.
And like football was
That's-
his identity.
Yeah, that was
right?
him. Yeah, that's what
You
he was
don't
known
see
for.
yourself as anything besides that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then suddenly you're gonna have to approach the world as not that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then who are you?
Right.
Like who was he without that? Which to me was like, dog, you were so much more than football. He was funny, everything. Like he was one of the most random people I ever met in my life. But and hilarious.
Man, I was just saying this on shout out Stoner Dads.
Yeah.
You know, doing another podcast that I do with Matt McCusker and Tim Butterly. But I was just saying on Stoner Dads the other day how crazy it is, the irony that the moment right before you like pull the trigger to commit suicide has to be the most alive you've ever felt.
Oh, for sure. Yes, for sure.
You know, it's
yeah.
What about that girl that there was at Penn and she jumped off the top of a parking garage?
What?
That must have been
thrilling.
Yes, you know what I mean.
And she was a track athlete, so like she was running fast.
What? And then just jumped off?
Yeah. And
she died?
Yeah.
She did die. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, that's crazy. That probably is fun till you hit the ground.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say fun. Fun's not exactly the word I would use because, but there's like a certain like adrenaline rush.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
They're the bravest people.
Yeah.
The bravest, most selfish people.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird, right? Because you look at it, it's like, it is a brave thing to be able to do, but then it's like, but they didn't quite have the bravery to
face it. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
So it's like, it's kind of a push.
Yeah.
As far as bravery is concerned.
Yeah.
You know what I
but
mean?
you're hurting yourself. One time I had a mole on my hand, like one of the ones that hang off, and I took a box cutter and cut it off. It took me like 4 hours to cut that mole off. It took me so, I couldn't imagine actually like shooting myself or like hanging myself.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Or the people that cut their
127
things.
hours to cut your wrist
Yeah,
off?
yeah.
That's under a boulder? Yeah.
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 Slow bleed.
Yeah. It's like, "Can I cut this mole off my head?"
Yo, took me forever, bro. I was like this every little cut.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you for sharing the story of your dealing with grief. I really appreciate that. That is a heart chakra unlocked. Yes. So let's move it along, Ansley.
So Naim, now we're at the throat chakra. So what is a favorite lie that you have told, and you get extra karmic points if it's a lie that's still in rotation?
A lie that's my favorite lie? My favorite lie. Oh, I love this question.
Yes,
I have so many of them.
It's fun to watch. It's fun though. Okay, so here's what's fun. Here's what's fun about this to me, because a lot of times like this question gets asked to people that enjoy telling lies.
Right.
Yeah. And you're watching a person rack their mind trying to tell a favorite lie, but not one that they can't give up.
Right. Yeah. I can't. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So it's like. So,
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to think of one that's kind of embarrassing.
We've had people divulge.
Yeah.
We've had people rather than like sit there and deal with the turmoil of trying to like sort through a lie that they can tell.
Yeah, right.
With fun and like they're like, no, what, fuck it, this is a lie I'm telling to my wife right now. It's just like
what?
Keep clean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, what?
So, not saying you have to do that, but I'm just saying it's probably easier.
Yeah, no, it is easier. Yeah, no, it is. I saw like, yeah. What's the most recent lie? My most recent lie, I think I told people that I always tell people that I stopped playing football because I got hurt and I couldn't play. in college. That's not what happened.
All right.
I quit because I didn't want to do it. It had nothing to do. I did get hurt, but it was a torn meniscus that was healing. I could have came back and played, but I just didn't want to do it. So I lied and told people like, no, the doctor said like, yo, like this is it. Your career's over. You cannot play football ever again.
That was always hilarious.
Damn
to
it, why did
me
I just say this on camera?
when like a 17-year-old, 18-year-old's like, nah, doctor said I can never fucking play again.
Never again.
Yeah,
Said
but-
my leg will fall
Yeah, I
off.
gotta get these hoes. He told me I gotta get these hoes. Dog.
I was smoking so much weed, I didn't give a fuck about football then.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good lie.
But that's a lot I've like, even now when people like would ask me or my son, I told that a lot of my son. I said, son, I stopped playing because I tore my knee up. I couldn't play anymore. It's not true. Nothing about that is true. Nothing about that is true. That's not what happened at all. I could have played. I could have came back. Nope. I didn't want to. Too much work.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good. And I don't think anybody's gonna be upset about that, right? You can still maintain all of your relationships.
Oh, no. When my son's like 20, he's going to be upset about it.
When he's 20, not
My
now.
son, no, not now, because it's like, whatever. He's not gonna see this. He'll see this when he's an adult and he Googles his dad, and then he'll see this and be like, "Wait, what? My whole athletic career was based off you telling me not to be a quitter, and you quit, and you lied to me your whole life."
Yeah, that's why I know, son, because I quit and I lie about it.
Right.
I don't want you to have to lie about shit for the rest of your life. Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's good. That lie's gone now. Now you can just live a life of truth.
Yeah. No, not to my son. If he
Yeah.
if he asks me tomorrow, I'm gonna tell that lie. I'll tell you that right now. If he asks me tomorrow, I'm telling that same lie. Son, I told you already. My knee was torn up. The doctor says no way in hell you can play ever again.
And I had to get those hoes. The doctor said I had to get those hoes.
You're right.
All right. So, throat chakra unlocked. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for sharing. Ansley, keep it moving.
Okay. We are to the third eye now.
Okay.
So, what is something that you always thought was separate, but as you've gotten older, you've learned that it's really the same?
Ooh, something that I thought was separate, but it's the same. Everything, like the universe, is all just one thing. Like even souls and spirits, there's no such thing as having an individual soul. This is all one thing. You know how you like look at like the inside of a clock and all the gears going like this at the same time? That's what this is. It's all one thing. The past don't exist. The future don't. It's all right here and right now. Like everything is just one. Nothing separate. You ever think about somebody and you see him or some shit like that? Because it's all just one thing. This is all one thing. There is no separation between anything. The separation is just us. That's some shit that humans did. It's all just one thing.
Yeah.
We eat the shit, die, go on the ground, and something eats that shit. That we just all one thing.
I think about that a lot, right?
Yeah.
You can think about like existence and consciousness is like a plasma, right? It's like a liquid even.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like, and we are like the whole like everything is in the aquarium.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know?
I like to think about that in the way that like you can affect, like one ripple can affect all that, right? Like,
Yes.
so like one person can affect all that, but at the same time, like sometimes you'll have no effect on it because there could be
Yeah.
a bigger wave like right next to you.
That's
know,
true.
And your little ripple does nothing. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Well, I didn't even really get to connect my plasma theory with how it connects to everything either. But all right, you want to jump in and just like steal my fucking thunder with
Damn.
connected shit?
it was a good theory.
Yeah, it was like
Great theory.
because in the liquid you can feel everything.
Yeah.
And that's what I was very specifically manipulating a structure that can calculate for how you can think of you see a person, you think of a person and all of a sudden see him.
Yeah.
Because like the patterns you're feeling, you're not actually thinking of the person.
Yeah.
You're feeling the patterns of the universe that is drawing
Like bringing them to you.
together.
Yeah. Yep. Hell
Damn.
yeah.
Plasma.
Yep.
That's how that plasma works.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've had sex with every woman I had a dream about. Like if I knew them in real life and had a dream
Don't
about
know
them.
what that means.
I've had sex with every woman I had a dream. Like did you have a dream that you having sex with a woman? And then in real life, I've had sex with them. Even if they was like just butt ass ugly and I didn't want to, it still happened. You see what I'm saying? It still happened. Why? I don't know. The universe did it. It's just all one thing. That's why it happened. That's how it goes, yo. Sometimes you don't got no choice of who you had sex with, bro.
That is sometimes you don't have no choice.
There's no choice.
That
That universal rape, dog. They fucking made me do it.
All right.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah. What even chakra was that? No, but thank you. That was the third eye chakra. Thank you for sharing. And yeah, and then we also too. I didn't even ask you. Do you have time to stick around for the Patreon?
I can do everything, dog.
Okay, cool.
I got a do-rag and a dare tag meeting, but that can start whenever I get there.
I noticed that about you.
The future don't exist, dog. I told you.
Yeah, time
already there.
Time isn't real.
Yep.
Technically, I'm already there. All right. I'm coming, so I'm there.
Yeah, right.
Technically, there's just space between me actually being. Come on, man. You worried about the space between and shit? All right. So we have one question left. Ansley,
Yes.
take it away.
Okay. Naim, we're at your crown chakra.
Mm-hmm.
So what's something, this is a two-part question. What's something that you can't give up and why?
Okay.
And what would giving it up mean?
Something that I can't give up.
Yeah.
And why? I don't want to say the thing because it sounds cheesy. But I don't want to say it.
Say the thing. If it's the truth, I mean, that's what we're here for.
I can't stop doing comedy.
Yeah.
I can't. It would crush me. It would make me feel like the biggest, just pussy, just worthless thing ever. Mm-hmm. Like even when you go, like even I'm going on like a bad streak, bomb, who gives, or a good streak, doesn't matter. Whatever it is, I can't stop doing. I can't quit.
Yeah.
I can't quit. But what if nothing ever even comes of this? What if I'm just the guy that's 80 years old at open mics still doing it? That's very possible. That's very, very possible. But I'm still just gonna be doing it. That sucks. That sucks.
Yeah, that does suck.
That sucks. But I still wouldn't quit even in that moment. I just would go to my open mics, do my corny jokes, and then leave. I would just be that guy.
Yeah. Should probably also have a job. At that point, maybe like look for like serious stable.
Well, no, I'm always gonna have a job unless I figured out a way to make money off of this thing, which is a whole job in itself. So, but,
But I mean, what would it look like though, picking yourself up and then moving on past comedy?
It would just have to be something else that I found that was like way, like just greater to me. Like
start playing college football again.
Like what if I don't know, like if I started, I don't know, just some new hobby. What if I started crocheting and it's like, you know what, I could stay in the house and crochet and get the same feeling I get from doing comedy. It would have to be something like that. I would have to be replacing it with something that's just as fun and thrilling and like, oh, all right, I can quit now because now I got this and this is way better than that.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just didn't find that other thing.
Okay.
That might be. Not saying I want to quit. Just saying if I had to.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, but like the whole, like, and again, I think the way you answered it was perfect. But the whole purpose of this question for us is to have a person imagine the world that is like not in disbalance after losing the thing. Like, what is your now balanced reality look like? And like you said, you find a new hobby.
Yeah, well, yeah, it just had to be a new hobby. Yeah, something that's
because it's important. Like, and again, like, and what you did, you answered the question perfectly. But in the quest for enlightenment, it seems like it's important to be able to like let it go.
Right, for sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
I don't like caring about anything too much. I don't like caring about things that much. I don't like. That's the scary part about having kids, because you care about them more than than the air. You see what I'm saying? So that makes it scary. And then I don't like caring about stuff like this. I don't like caring about comedy that as much as I do, because it's like, what is it? What am I even really doing some of these nights?
Yeah.
It's nice I get on stage with planned out written jokes and it goes well. It's times I get on stage with nothing in my mind. I'm like, I'm definitely going to bomb. And then I do well. And it's like, what am I even doing?
Wait, what? wait. Normally when people are like, what am I even doing with my life? They don't like then describe 2 situations where everything went well.
Yeah, well,
You know
you
what I
got,
mean?
my bad.
It was like, what am I even doing with my life?
No.
Sometimes I write jokes and it kills. Sometimes I don't write jokes and that kills. Like, what the fuck?
Because it's confusing.
What
Like,
is this world even?
it's confusing, Sidney.
Yeah.
It's very confusing to go in with a plan and do well, to going without a plan and do well, or to going with a plan and the bomb. And then you go in without a plan and you do well. You never know. There's no like set formula. Or maybe it is and I just don't know it yet.
Yeah, you don't know it yet.
Yeah, I just don't know it. I don't know what
Wait, how long have you?
3.5 years.
Yeah, you're a good stand-up comedian, by the way. I would
Thanks.
say that.
Thanks, Sid. Dang, that means a lot. From
but
you.
at 3.5 years, let me see. Am I allowed to tell you the secret? Huh.
Come on, yo. You can't hold back the secret.
Yeah.
This is ruining my life. What are you talking about? Can you tell me?
Yeah.
You can solve my problems. You're not going to tell me?
I think, I don't know. I think there's to some degree, you're supposed to not interfere, with
like the learning process.
Especially when people are good. Like when people are not good, you can tell them whatever. They're going to fucking suck anyway.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
But when people are good, like sometimes like starting to figure it out yourself is more important than having it be.
Okay, I get
told.
that. I understand that. Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
I get it. Yeah, I understand that part. I get that.
Yeah. So 3.5 years,
Mm-hmm.
in a half a year, we'll talk again. At 4 years, I'm ethically allowed to tell you the secret.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. All right. Yes.
And we talk, by the way, we talk the secret all the time. Like you can hear Tim Butterly talk. We say it all the time.
Really?
It's constantly being said. But like as far as like advice being said directly to you, it's
Right.
it's not time yet, dog.
Okay. I get it. No, I understand that.
Yeah.
Because it is fun to also figure things out.
It is. It's cool
fun.
It's
Yeah.
cool watching how good you guys are, man. It's like some of the younger comedians on the scene. It's really cool watching you guys figure this shit out quickly, early.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, it's pretty cool. So, dude, I hate the way how gay that sounds. Like it's like, dude, it's like I sound like a long bearded master sitting on the top of a mountain. It's just like, dude, you're not ready yet. But you know what I mean? What I'm saying is like, I think you'll want to figure it out yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
It's more fun figuring things out on your own.
Yeah. So that's it, man. How do you feel? That was the
I feel
podcast.
great.
Yeah.
I do feel like my karma is in more balance now. The biggest part of this for me, honestly, was the apology. Just saying.
Yeah. Okay.
The apology was the biggest part.
Okay. Well, we're gonna hop on the the Patreon, and on the Patreon, it's a similar process, but the whole purpose of the Patreon is to enlighten your shadow self.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Hell yeah.
we call it 2 Jack Bros After Dark. It's a little different.
Let's get it. My shadow self. What is that, like evil me?
Basically,
Hell
or
yeah.
it's like the version of you that you keep in the shadows for whatever reason.
Well, then that's the good me.
Yeah.
I tuck him away.
Yeah. Well, man, $1, you'll get to know the good Naim.
Yeah.
We've been dealing with this fucking loser over here. So $1, join that Patreon, get all of our exclusive content, which includes the counter to the podcast you're watching right now, what we call 2 Jack Bros After Dark. But we also do fight commentary and analysis on all of Ansley's jiu-jitsu matches and stuff that are on Flow Grappling and things like that, and some stand-up comedy stuff. Also, when we reach a certain amount of patrons, Ansley and I are going to get fucking tattoos. I keep forgetting to say that. We're going to get tattoos.
Like 2 Jack Bros tattoos?
Probably chakra related. Like,
Okay.
It's going to be in the world of what we do.
All right.
Yeah.
You should go all out and just get a third eye tatted on your forehead. Just go for it, bro. Just get that third eye.
You don't know what all out is to me.
Well, you're right. That's true. That might be my all out.
Yeah, that sounds like you're all out. Yeah, so we're about to hop on the Patreon right now. Thank you guys for listening. We really appreciate Yeah, we really appreciate everything that you guys do for us. And, I mean, we'll also love it if you fucking come over and join the Patreon.
Yes.
So, all right, we're out.
See ya.
2 Jack Bros.